If you're listening on your phone right now, just think about the device you're holding, the weight of it, the smooth surface. There is a 100% chance that a child suffered to put that device in your hand. Not probably, not maybe, definitely. Here is why I can say that with total certainty. Every single smartphone battery contains a metal called cobalt. It is what makes your battery rechargeable. According to the US Geological Survey, 72% of the world's cobalt comes from one country, the Democratic Republic of Congo. And here is the dark truth, that cobalt works better when it is mined by children. Not metaphorically, not accidentally, children's bodies are literally designed for cobalt extraction in ways adult bodies are not. 40,000 children are underground right now and tech companies need them to stay there. Let me explain why. Kolwezi, Congo. The tunnels here drop 70 feet straight down, then branch horizontally for hundreds of meters. These tunnels are deliberately kept narrow, about 60 centimeters wide. An adult man cannot fit, his shoulders are too broad. His body mass too high, the tunnel would collapse. But a 9-year-old boy, perfect fit. This is not an accident. Artisanal miners discovered something industrial mining companies cannot replicate. Children can access cobalt veins that million-dollar machines cannot reach. The richest deposits are in narrow seams between rock formations. You need small bodies to get there. Children's bones are more flexible. Their joints bend in ways adult joints don't. They can crawl through passages, twist around corners, work in positions that would paralyze an adult. The mining cooperatives know this. They have done the math. One industrial mining robot costs $2 million and can extract 100 kilograms of ore per day from surface deposits. One child costs 8 cents per day and can extract 40 kilograms from deep vein deposits that robots cannot reach. What do you think they are choosing? But why would parents send their children to die? Here's what is happening in their heads. The average family in mining regions has 6 children. Daily food cost $2. Daily income without mining, 50 cents from subsistence farming. The math is simple. Without mining, 6 children starve slowly. With 1 child mining, 5 children eat. But here's the psychological torture. Parents know exactly what they're doing. Researcher Siddharth Khara interviewed hundreds of families. Every single parent said the same thing. I know my child might die today, but they will definitely die if they don't work. This is not neglect. This is Sophie's choice at scale. The tech companies understand this psychology perfectly. In fact, they engineer it. Here's how. The cobalt price is kept artificially low through coordinated buying. Apple, Samsung, Tesla, they could pay 10 times more and not even notice. The entire global cobalt market is worth $12 billion, and Apple alone makes that in 2 weeks. But if they paid more, adults could afford to work in the mines. Families wouldn't face starvation. Children could go to school. Instead, the price is calibrated to exactly this point, just high enough that families send their youngest, and low enough that they have no choice. An internal document from Chinese refinery laid it out. Optimal price point maintains child labor force while avoiding international intervention. They have weaponized poverty. Why don't tech companies just build better mines or give them safety equipment? Because primitive is the point. In 2018, Glencore tried something interesting. They brought modern equipment to one artisanal mine. Ventilation systems, support beams, safety gear. You know what happened? Adults took over. With proper equipment, mining became survivable for grown men. Children were pushed out. Production dropped 60%. Not because children worked harder, but because professional mining requires paperwork, contracts, unions, insurance, actual wages. Children don't form unions, they don't demand insurance, they don't even know what those words mean. The primitive conditions serve a function. They filter out everyone except the desperate. And the smallest desperate bodies are the most profitable. Tesla's battery supplier actually did a study on this. They found that every safety equipment correlates with increased labor costs. A helmet, that is acknowledgement of danger, legally requiring hazard pay. A ventilation shaft, that is admission for air is toxic, triggering environmental regulations. Support beams, that is formal mining infrastructure requiring licensed operators. The darkness, the danger, the death rate, these are not bugs in the systems. They're features. There is also the psychological distance factor. A dead child in Congo doesn't affect stock prices. but a formalized mining operation with safety violations would. As one Apple executive said off records, artisanal mining provides plausible deniability, industrial mining provides liability. Here is something even darker. Cobalt mined by children is chemically different. When children handle raw cobalt, their sweat, more acidic than adult sweat due to different hormone levels, actually begin the refinement process. The cobalt oxidizes differently. The crystalline structure changes. Chinese refineries have noted this in quality reports. Youth-handled ore requires 12% less processing. The children are literally part of the chemical reaction, but the real chemistry is neurological. Cobalt exposure causes brain damage in specific ways. It attacks the prefrontal cortex first, the area responsible for understanding future consequences. Children exposed to cobalt becomes more impulsive, less able to perceive danger, and more willing to take risk. In other words, cobalt exposure makes children better at mining cobalt. A study in the International Journal of Life Cycle Assessment found that children in mining communities show 73% reduced fear response after 6 months of exposure. They become fearless, not brave, fearless. Their brains can no longer process the concept of danger. Perfect workers. Your phone needs 8 grams of cobalt. Seems tiny, right? But 2.1 billion smartphones were sold last year. That is 16,800 kilograms of cobalt just for phones. Now add laptops, tablets, power tools, and the big one, electric vehicles, which need 10 kilograms each. Demand is detonating. AI inference farms, data centers, EVs, every smart thing, all battery, all cobalt. Analysts project by 2030 we'll need 400% more cobalt. Here's what that means. Right now, 40,000 children mine cobalt. To meet 2030 demand with current methods, we need 14 million child miners. The entire child population of Congo is 40 million. We are talking about enslaving 1 in 3 children. Apple knows this. In their 2024 sustainability report buried on page 73, there is a single line. Future cobalt demand may require expanded workforce participation. Expanded workforce participation. That is how they spell more child labor or more children will die. So what can you actually do? First, understand what you're really buying. Every upgrade is a vote for this system. Keep your phone until it dies. Not until it is slow, until it dies. Buy used. Always. But individual choices won't stop this. The system is designed to absorb your guilt and continue functioning. The real pressure point? Email investor_relations@apple.com. Subject: cobalt liability risk. They don't fear your conscience, they fear lawsuits. This is exactly how conflict diamonds were addressed, not through consumer choice, but through liability exposure. When Tiffany faced billion-dollar lawsuits, suddenly they found ways to track their supply chain. But even that might not work, because the truth is we have built a civilization that required child suffering to function, and we are all complicit. Your phone just buzzed. That notification, that little dopamine hit, a child paid for that sensation. Not metaphorically, literally. Tomorrow you'll wake up, check your phone, and start your day. In Congo, a 9-year-old will wake up, descend into darkness, and maybe not come back. The technology that connects us requires children to die alone in the dark. Sit with that. Thank you for listening to The Pages.